I was asked to do a quick walk around of my Hobie Outback kayak, just so people can see how I go fishing. So here it is. We'll start at the front and we'll work backwards. Stock standard Hobie Outback. Under the front hatch I've got a soft esky, came from Bunnings I think it was. Normally just keep the dunny rolls, muesli bars, fly spray, spare reels, super absorbent towel, whatever else I need to throw in there if I need to put food or extra drinks. I went the soft version because I can slide it out the way if I need to, and I've still got access to the extra storage under there. In fact, I've had to put a couple of gummies in there once. One of the other things I made was my dry floor. I'm a bit of a softie, I don't like getting cold wet feet in winter. This just slots in place once the Mirage drives in, so that haven't affected anything other than you can keep your feet out of the water. Makes a good place to cut bait if you need to. And I've also put a quick measurement on here, so from the side of this kayak to here is 30 centimetres. So that's a legal minimum for a lot of fish in Victoria. A really quick ready reference just to save measuring anything. If you do want to keep some fish, very quick way to measure how big they are. Recent addition is the bait board, cutting board. That's just locked under the rod holder, so to take that off I've got to take the rod holder out. Look, I only use it when I do a bit of bait fishing, but it's certainly handy because you can cut on it and all the scraps go over the side, so you haven't got mess coming back into the boat. That stores up the front if I need it, out of the way. Depth sounder, just using a Lowrance X4, nothing flash. I've decided not to mount mine in the kayak. Mine's just made, it sits in place, hang on. So you can see I made some PVC pipe, just curl the wire up inside it. It's transducer, hit a few trees and rocks along the way. That sits in place. Locks down, hasn't come out yet. Doesn't affect the paddling at all. And it means if I want to go out without the sounder, it's a really simple thing to do. And I've just got the battery sitting in a waterproof container at the back here, snugged in, and I've got some extra fuses in there as well, just in case there's a problem. Leash to the boat. On one leash I have a ruler, a filleting knife, a bait knife, and a flatty remover, and also have a lip grip, so if I get tipped over for some reason I don't lose any of that gear, and I've got a knife in easy reach if I need to cut myself free. Normal Hobie hatch, I've gone the washing machine clothes basket inside, and this is probably what I'd pack for a normal soft plastic trip. I had some lures, small lures, more lures, hooks, bags of plastic, more plastics, some scents, more plastics, just a variety of plastics. Depends what we're fishing for. I've got a 27 litre esky here, nothing fanciful, that's just I've put some extra brackets on the side to hold it in place. Inside the esky I've got my bailing bucket, so I'm legal, a spare knife and a scaler. Also use this as my live bait well for any brim tournaments. Holds 27 litres, so it's the minimum legal, and I just fill it with water when I need to. Keeps the brim alive as long as it's, well, keeps the brim alive as long as I replace the water. Made the rocket launcher, so I've got 2 drink bottles either side, 4 rod holders. Now I only had 2 on the top because I had room for 2, but I figured I can get 4 rods up here just by adding these extra bits on the back. They're only zip tied in place, they're a standard plastic fitting. Obviously you can see the GoPro mount. The camera's 12 volt rechargeables, they just clip out. It's a night light that way or a torch that way, depending what the use is for. So I've got one at the back for other boats to see me, and then the other one is actually bright enough that I don't even use a headlight anymore, I just use that when I go out. Same again on the other side. Always take the little handheld paddle with me. It's really useful if you want to manoeuvre in a tight spot, or for pushing off rocks, or for hooking onto trees. Perhaps not that useful in the bay, but certainly in rivers and lakes or in tight estuary systems. On the other side I've got at least a pair of braid scissors, pair of pliers. Again, if something goes amiss and I need to cut myself free of line, I've got something on this side as well. Standard Hobie paddle, but I did join 2 snapper stickers together, so if I need to measure a big fish without worrying about getting inside the kayak, I've got a 1.35 metre measure on the side of the kayak. Anchor trolley did myself, plenty of bungee on it, doesn't need to be tight, and you need the bungee so if you get hit by big waves there's a bit of flex in it. As far as the anchor goes, I'm going to make a mess here, but I just used the standard 1.5 kilo anchor. I actually don't have any chain on this one. A lot of guys in Western Port use chain. I haven't had a need yet. Put a swivel on there, looks after the line. And what I've done is tied, so if I'm fishing in shallow water, there'll be a loop on here somewhere. With my anchor trolley, again, more bungee. That was actually just left over from something else. I thought I'd use it rather than make it shorter. You can see how loose the whole thing is. It doesn't drag in the water. So you can see how loose the whole thing is. Whatever depth I'm in, I just clip the loop on, pull it to the back, and it's on. If for some reason I need to dump the anchor quickly, so let's say I'm hooked to a big fish, all I do is unclip the line, I'm away. I've got a float on the end of the line so that I can come back and find the anchor. I've also got some extra line I carry with me, so if I need to fish more than about 7 or 8 metres of water, I just add the extra depth on. That's got a loop at each end that clips in place. 2 different size rod holders, and I find that's useful because a lot of the smaller lighter rods have very short butts and they won't sit in that one properly. They will sit in that one properly. And then the bigger, heavier rods I put in this side. So other than that, guys, that's what my Hobie looks like. Hope it's helpful for anybody else.